Should dumpsters have opinions? Now, of course, I don't think so, but for some reason, the media and social media and everything else has this fascination with putting these exceptionally easy women all over the news, all over articles, all over social media, and they're promoting them. Why have they taken so many roadblocks off of this? You know, when I was a kid, and we used to have magazines, either Hustler, what was some of the other ones? Oui magazine, OUI French, Oui magazine. Of course, there was the ubiquitous Playboy. We had all these magazines, and the only way you could get them as a young man is one of your friends would steal one out of your dad's stack of 30 that was underneath the kitchen sink, hiding behind your mom's feminine products or something. Like, it wasn't easy to come by these things. And now the average age, there's young boys and even young people in general coming across this stuff. The average age is 13, but in some cases they're saying it's as low as 7. So I'm going to start with some videos here, like from explicit star Mia Khalifa, wishing the U.S. military gets PTSD because, again, who cares? But for some reason, she goes viral and everybody wants to talk about it. And of course, it's in a negative light. But the point is, why are we listening to dumpsters? See, I can edit that word out for YouTube. But why are we listening to them? What is she famous for? She's not even that attractive, really, if you look at her face. What is she famous for? Somebody laying pipe in her. Why are we listening? Why do we care? Because that's where society is right now. That's where we are as a country, as a world. Anyway, I'll let you hear what the gym sock has to say.
Good morning to everybody who is not in the U.S. military. Good morning to everybody who is sitting at home and not on soil that doesn't belong to them, fighting a war for a country that doesn't care about them. I hope you go over there and get your little brain all scrambled up with PTSD and then come back here and see how much the United States cares about you, Pookie. See how much they care about you when you come back with, oh, I'm so sad. I piss my pants every time I see a falafel stand in Manhattan. Let's see how much the VA cares about you. Let's see what they tell you to do with your little broken brain from going over to fight a war that's not yours. They're going to tell you to try breathing exercises because the U.S. government does not give a fuck about you once you cannot die for them. Once you're done, once you're a shell, they don't care about you. What did I say on Z-Way that one time? Yeah, I think that still stands as very accurate.
All right, well, I have 2 comments. Number 1, the VA does not care about returning soldiers. I will agree with her for that much. Number 2, we allowed you, because she's from Pakistan, we allowed you to come here as a migrant. I don't know if it was her parents or her. We allowed you into this country, and now the military that defends you and the country that has given you millions of dollars from your, or at least several $100,000 from your explicit adventures on the internet of being a gym sock, a cream catcher, now she wants to come out and attack us and attack men and attack the United States. And yet she goes viral for it. And yet people like this have millions of followers. And then the people that are sharing quotes about, I don't know, religion or living a good life, they much, much less. Why would we care from hearing someone whose primary function was helping men get off? But here we are. And here she is going viral. And for some reason, I have to see this in my news feed. And people for some reason, again, some people are paying attention to this. And some people are agreeing with it. Before we get in any further, let me quickly read today's ad from our very, very good friends over at TWC Health. The world feels like it's on the edge right now. Tensions over the upcoming elections and economic instability, supply chain shortages, pending war, and health threats popping up left and right. With talk of a new pandemic on the horizon, if you're waiting for the medical industrial complex to protect you and your family when things go sideways, you're making a huge mistake. You have to take care and take action and be prepared. That's why you need the Wellness Company's Contagion Emergency Kit. It's a lifesaver put together by real experts like Dr. Peter McCullough. Inside, you've got medications like ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, budesonide, and even a nebulizer. These are critical medications to treat respiratory illnesses and so much more, especially heading into flu season. Can you imagine when you need life-saving medications and are told no by a pharmacist? Don't let anybody play gatekeeper with your health. Just a few clicks and the kit is delivered right to your door. This is peace of mind for you and your family in uncertain times. You can get yours today by heading to twc.health/oddmanout and use code oddmanout for $30 off and free shipping. That's twc.health/oddmanout, code oddmanout for $30 off and free shipping. Be ready, not reactive. Get your kit today and take control of your health. There's a large number that disagree with it, but why are we here? Because we allow it. And why do we allow it? It's kind of crazy. I was an anarcho-capitalist. I've been kind of what I thought was a libertarian, and then I was kind of an anarcho-capitalist. I find myself unwillfully being shoved further and further to the right. I really do. I don't want that. But I'm starting to get to the point where, again, I thought it's fine if a young man wants to watch some stuff on the internet because he's single and he'd like a little aid to help him in his stress relief in the evening. I've always been like, you know what? I'm fine with this. Like, why would I care? But then all of a sudden we started to give these dumpsters voices, and they started getting in the news, and they started getting popular, and people started listening to them, and then people started emulating them. Since when has it ever been a good idea to listen to a brain-dead prostitute? Now, maybe I'm wrong, but if you ask me, this is what's poisoning our country, this is what's taking us down the wrong track, and this is what's screwing up both men and women in today's society. I'm quickly losing my patience. Now, it's not like I'm going to do anything with it, but it just means not only am I not on your side anymore, I'm actively against you. Now, being actively against someone is a far cry from, hey man, you do you. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. It is what it is. Now I'm actively against you. Because men are now saying, I don't want to listen to you. I don't like you. I see too many women doing this. So I'm starting to dislike a lot of women. Not all, but a lot of women, especially leftist women. You're mentally ill, you're weird, you're damaging, and you're dangerous. And these are the stories that continue to spread and continue to keep pushing young men and old men alike off the ledge. Only Fools star reveals how much she made sleeping with 122 college guys during spring break. An Only Fools star planned to sleep with 100 college students in 3 weeks has revealed that she surpassed her target. Oh, well, hold on. Let me get you something. Well, congratulations. Congratulations on your conquering 122 people in 10 days, 3 weeks, 21 days. Well, oh my, stunning and brave. You are the best of us. You are the best of women. 24-year-old Bonnie Blue, who lives on the Gold Coast in Australia. Dude, between this chick and Annie Knight, you Australians got a whore problem. I'm just going to say that straight out. You have got a serious body count problem. She traveled to Cancun, Mexico last week to record spicy content with U.S. college students during their spring break. She went viral last year for pulling a similar stunt during Schoolies Week down under. However, this time, the 24-year-old had hoped to sleep with 100 spring breakers during her time in Mexico, something that would have bagged her at least $200,000 in the process. So she goes down there, does all these dudes, records the content, and then slowly releases it on her OnlyFools page, making $200,000 in the process. That's basically, what, $2,000 of video? And I put this on the men as well as the women. Again, here's another place I've been shoved. I keep getting shoved off to the right. I keep getting shoved in a corner. I used to be hey, you know what? If you want to watch this stuff and it's $5 a month and you want to watch some girl and you think she's hot or whatever, who cares? Now, not anymore. You're an enabler. It's the same as pushing, illicit substances on a street corner to 12-year-olds. You're an enabler. Every single guy that subscribes to any of this and gives any of these whores money, you're an enabler. You're a fool. You're a simp. It's amazing. It's amazing how I try to be an open-minded. I don't know, open-minded guy that says, just do you. And when you say just do you, so many people decide to go so absolutely fucking crazy that you say, holy shit, you're fucking dogs now? Yeah, we got to put some rules back in society. No more you do you, because you're obviously mentally ill and or retarded. And I never thought we'd be here. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the worst of us. The collapse of society because people keep having to go for more and more and more because they can't control themselves. And now she's proud of it. It's a massive achievement. She literally says that. Bonnie has since achieved a massive has revealed a massive overachievement. She slept with 122 of them and made $250,000 in 21 days. $250,000 in 21 days. And why are they promoting this? And what do I mean by they? Governments are allowing this. Nobody's shutting it down. Republicans aren't shutting it down. Conservatives aren't shutting it down. Tories aren't shutting it down. Conservatives in Canada aren't shutting it down. No one's going after this stuff. Now, there's a couple of states, there's a couple of very based states, Texas, I think, started, where they said, you have to prove that everybody participating in this content gave consent and is over the age of participation. And a lot of these websites said, we're not doing that. Well, if you're not willing to verify the age of participants, why? And they said, yeah, we're not doing that. So now they've turned off their websites in these and made access from the IPs in these states. So where you can't go to these sites. And do you know what the irony is? Do you know what the irony was? Guess who was mad? Simps and the content creators. Everybody else was like, yeah, well, I certainly understand that. I get that. Why wouldn't you? According to Bonnie, she and her fellow creator, Lily May, saw men lining upside their hotel room. Bonnie told the Daily Star she had been inundated with over 100 messages from college guys. The college boys enjoyed spring break, but I gave them one to remember. Well, of course they are. These are 18, 19, 20, 22, horned up dudes. And they're like, free? I mean, she's not hard on the eyes. She's not in the best shape. But she's not hard on the eyes. So what guy would be like, yeah, all right, I guess I'll get myself off. I certainly hope all these young men, I certainly hope all these young, you will get one spam message out. That's it. So go ahead, take the time, create a new profile, fill everything out, jump into my stream, give one message. That's what you're going to get. And then you're gone. Is it really worth your time? You fucking mouth breathers. So they go through all this. These young men, I hope they wrapped it. Otherwise, they're literally, it's community soup at this point. So there's this influencer, Corina Kopf. I don't know who she is. I don't know who any of these are because I'm not on OnlyFools. I hope I haven't used the A word, the OnlyFools. Influencer Corina Kopf quits OnlyFools. She announces her retirement, leaving fans curious about her next move. Yes, she is an attractive woman in the face. The 28-year-old made her announcement in a cryptic post on X, formerly Twitter. There's a point I'm reading this. You'll hear why. You'll hear why. Stating no more links in bio, and she's left the OnlyFools content. She began her social media career in early 2011. Wait a minute. She's 28 now. 2011 is 13 years ago. Almost 14 years ago. So, which would have made her 14 years old. So I guess she was popular as a 14-year-old woman on social media while still in school. Initially joining Twitter and later expanding to Instagram. Since then, she's gained over 3 million followers on X and 6.54 on Instagram. And this is what she looks like. And again, not hard on the eyes. She rose to fame by appearing in David Dobrik's vlogs, launched her own channel. She's also known to be close with Tana, whatever. She declared that Aiden Ross, isn't he that young YouTuber? She stirred conversation by declaring that Aiden Ross is better in bed than Logan Paul. Well, good to know she's sleeping with everybody. Hanging in her jersey, Corina Kopf has announced her retirement from OnlyFools after career earnings of $67 million after 3 years. $67 million because of you. Not you, directly you, but because of you. You simps. I guarantee you there's stuff of her leaked online. I guarantee you. www.google.com, safe search off, blah, 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 blah. Boom. You're going to find it. You are making the worst of us millionaires. That cash me outside chick, $60 million. I forget her name. Why? Why? Stop. It's not women that are going to clean up society. It's not women that are going to fix this up. It's not women that are going to stop. Women never stop. Women never grow up. Women never take accountability. Women never stop going more and more and more and more. It was the 6s. Then the men have to have all the 7s. Then I need multiple 7s because I'm a strong, empowered female and I deserve it all. They never stop, guys, and you know this. The only one that cleans up society, the only one that stops this from happening is you. That's who this is up to. Again, I used to be, I don't care that much. If anybody says only fools this, only fools, oh, I subscribe, I'm going to shame you into the dirt. I'm going to shame you into the dirt so hard you get scabs on your nose from me grinding the rocks into your face. At some point, we have to grow up and stop the insanity. And if we don't, no one will. And the decay of society and the fall of civilization, we'll blame it on the women, but it'll really be our fault for not stopping the women from destroying it all. That's where we are. So just keep that in the front of your mind, because we're the only ones that take accountability for things. This is that slag we were just talking about. Can you believe the word that I said slag in a video? I had no other curse word. I said that in a video and YouTube demonetized it. I didn't know they were up on their slang like that, but apparently they're up on their British slang. This is her. Again, not hard on the eyes. And guys, if you said she was on Tinder and she totally wanted to hook up with me, go ahead. If she's a local girl and, you know, you want to pay for services and it's a couple $100 and you decide to, you know, at least you're actually getting something. You get to enjoy her in the flesh. I'm not big on buying professionals, but if you want to, at least you're getting something in exchange other than pictures. I don't know if you know this or not. You've been able to look at pictures on the internet since like 1995. Probably before that, but they took an hour to download. Just one picture. Stop giving money to these people, these women.
I went viral for letting 23 guys run a train on me with my friend Bonnie. Now, that video is actually out now, so if you want to check that out, you know where to go. But if you want to be a part of the next one, I'm actually doing 100 guys in one day. So head on over to my Twitter to find out how to apply.
I got news for you. She said she did 22, and then she was trying to do 100, which she accomplished. She ended up doing 122. But that's not the end of it, gang. That's not the end. Remember what I just said? I literally just said. They want more and more and more and more, and they can't stop themselves. Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips' video of 23 guys patiently waiting outside their rooms gone viral. Of course, it's been removed from Instagram because, thank God. And these guys, they put out a call. 23 guys showed up. They filmed all their feed as they're patiently waiting. Can you imagine waiting in a line? Now, I understand the movie Porky's, right? The Porky's did this. But can you imagine standing in a line and you're like second to last place and there's 21 guys ahead of you and it's just, you hear the bang, 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 dump. Next, bang, bang. You ever seen that cartoon of a woman getting plowed on the couch and there's like a line of dudes with no clothes on and you're in the back holding flowers and like a ring? That is what a lot of these women are quickly becoming. And it's not even a shame thing anymore, because then when women are like, no, you don't want to, that's why they're so afraid of body counts. That's why they're so afraid of you talking about this stuff, because they know it's true. They know that they offer nothing. And this video went viral. Why are we listening to dumpsters? Why are we paying attention to dumpsters? Now you can say, Joker, but you're talking about, yes, I'm trying to warn you. I'm trying to stop it. You can't stop something without talking about that something. But we got to bring shaming back. We got to do something, because this is not good. And now, again, she went from 22 to 100, but actually accomplished 122. And I just said it 10 seconds ago. I said it a minute ago. I'm going to say it again. They don't stop until you make them stop. You must make them stop, or the craziness will continue.
Next year, which I'm really excited for, I'm going to do the world record.
Oh my God.
Which is
919 men in 24 hours.
No way,
919.
No f***ing way, bro.
Yeah, every 45 seconds.
Do you ever get sore?
Yeah, for sure.
that'd have to be like set up like a laboratory experiment.
Yeah, that will be like hiring a studio. Like it will be a lot of like behind the work.
You're going to have to loads of assistants on deck and stuff. It's not a solo mission, is it?
So how does it work? So like, do they have to finish for them to count as one, or
No,
is
I
it
need
just
to like
in and out?
look into the rules. But a girl did it before, and it was just sort of like every minute someone was fucking her.
Every minute?
Yeah.
So they don't have to finish then? So
No,
it's
but I
every
don't know how
minute?
many like pumps you have to do. There must be some sort of rule, because you have to have like that adjudicator person.
Yeah.
Fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
Someone's sitting.
Adjudicating that.
Yeah.
That is just...
919 is 24 hours.
919, yes. I'm going to aim for 950. I'm going to do it in LA.
When you did this 24 hours, the previous record, do you know if it was set from like an actual 24 hours or like was it
Yeah, it's consistent 24 hours.
950 divided by 24? You've got to do 40 a minute. 40 an hour.
That's fucked.
That's crazy.
40 an hour.
Next year, which I'm
This is where we are. How old did they say she was? She's 24 years old, guys. She's 24 years old, and she wants 900 and some odd guys in 24 hours. And she's being interviewed, and people want to talk to her, and people want to get to know her. I get it. If I had her on here, it'd probably be the most views I've had in a hot minute. Because I'm sure you guys would want to be like, I gotta see this dumpster fire. I gotta check that out. Let's roast her together. I get why she's being invited places. I get why but why is she doing it? I'm talking to all men. I want you guys to shame them. I want you guys to make fun of it too. I know most of you aren't married. Some of you are, and I don't think that you're the ones on this stuff. But how am I going to, like what? Hey, I can't put out a siren call for all the married men in a 100-mile radius of my house to listen to me. Believe me, if I could, I would. We just have to keep shaming it. We just have to keep sharing this stuff. You can follow me at Bachelor Joker on Twitter, because I'm always talking about this stuff over there. It's not like I have anything else to do. This is why I'm up till 3 a.m. And they say, what's the average age of a person's first exposure to this stuff? Almost every, the experience is unique to them, but regardless of the age, every person's different. I'm avoiding some of these words combinations on purpose. But basically, they say the average age is 13, with the youngest being 7. And the thing is, like, there's stories of all the damage that it does. And I've got story after story after story after story after story. And I just over, and all these are page after page and page after page and page and page. All these are different stories. And at a certain point you say, I don't want to read the misery anymore. You've got husbands, like you guys were saying, you've got husbands that are racking up tens of thousands of dollars on credit cards without their wives knowing. You've got wives doing it on the side without their husbands knowing. You've got your daughters that the moment they hit 18, they're doing it without their parents knowing. And it's all for the easy money. A beautiful woman had the opportunity to marry a doctor and live a good life and be a mom and have an easy life because she was beautiful. There were ways to do this in the confines of a society that were healthy. But that would require women to submit to men. That would require giving men the agency and the strength to lead the family, and they can't do that. It's not allowed anymore. So what's the second best option for these women? This stuff. Over and over and over again. They aren't going to stop, fellas. You have to shame, and if you're there, stop. Please, just stop. It's not a real relationship. Go talk to AI or something. Go find some real friends. Get some counseling. Do something. This is not going to make your life any better. It is a placebo. It doesn't work. Stop it. Then go find some real guy friends and other things. And if you want a little something to help you during the slap hours late in the evening, at least find a site that, says that they only have people on there that approve of themselves on the site, and they verify their age and all that other stuff. At least do that. And then if it's free and you just want to give it a go and you watch an ad or two, it's not great because the content creator still gets paid from the ads, but at least that's something better. You want to go real old school, buy a magazine. That's not good. In today's day and age, that's probably not. And eventually AI, I think, will get good enough that this won't be a problem anymore, and guys will just watch AI, but because it'll be realistic enough. So that's the good news. But in the meantime, we need to stop making these dumpsters popular. We need to stop making these dumpsters millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, and we got to change culture. Because the only ones that's going to stop it is us. They never will. Until it's too late.